Hi, Sarah. It's Samantha here from Bookstage and Screen. How are you?
Hi, Sam. Good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good. We've put you straight on. We had a few technical difficulties, sorry. So we've put you straight on air. So we've got the mute button ready if you would suddenly decide
no swearing.
Now we were
Wonderful.
just to give you a heads up. Now we were just discussing that you've got this wonderful conference coming up, and I was just looking through, and it's over 4 days, isn't it, from the 9th to the 12th of November?
Yeah, that's right.
Wonderful, and you just had your launch. So can you tell us some of the highlights of what's coming up in that conference?
I'm pretty excited about the first day, which is on the 9th. It's a new thing for students. So it's actually just a half day. It's 6 hours, I think. 5 or 6 hours of panels and things about like an overview of the industry and the job market and that sort of thing from an expert in the field, how to get your foot in the door, a bit of a discussion about which courses are great for different things, for different roles within publishing. And one of my favourites I'm really looking forward to is a session called Strength in Numbers, the Importance of Community. And that's going to be people from different areas of the industry, as a writer and an editor and a publisher, all talking together about the importance of being involved in the community and as any of those roles. Yeah.
Yeah, because it does happen, I guess, that creatives also not only jump from role to role occasionally, but you do realise, especially when you're writing a book and you've finished it, then that's just the one part of the whole process. And then you've got to go from your little independent squirreling away in the corner to team player and be playing with a whole lot of other people.
And it can be really... really quite jarring, especially if someone's a writer, then they work really hard on their own and have all these sort of private struggles with their work, and then suddenly have to be sort of this front-facing media personality.
Yes.
And do all these presentations and readings and interviews and things like that, and that's two completely opposed personality traits, and the lucky ones have both.
Yes. The ones that publishers go, ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
The working writers thing.
That's right.
Now, there is this wonderful conference, but we should talk about the Small Press Network as a whole. It's a wonderful setup there that you've got for, because, nowadays there's self-publishing, there's the big 5 publishers, but there's also this great small publishing network. So can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, sure. It's quite diverse actually. SPN's membership. Mm-hmm. You can see our members actually on the website. It's just smallpressnetwork.com.au, and then you can click on our members, and there's a big long page of everybody's logos, and they range from text publishing and Affirm Press, who have had some huge sellers like the Rosie Project and that sort of thing, to little ones like the Rag and Bone Man Press, that for the last 4 years they've put out one book each year, and it's a team of volunteers who self-fund everything, and they do their what's the word? Their thing is books for good causes. So they've done one on refuge and... I can't remember the name of it now. But anyway, it's interviews and stories of refugees and then an accompanying recipe from that person.
Oh, okay.
Things like that. So each book has been great, and they've got a parenting book coming up. I think early next year. Yeah.
So from their country of origin, is that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we've got so that's the whole spectrum of our of SPN's members, goes from the ones who have the huge bestsellers to the ones who do very niche publications, and we also have quite a few self-publishers as well.
Yeah. Okay.
And the Saturday, the 12th of November at the conference, is a great day for self-publishers to get their heads around the fundamentals of how publishing works and all the different elements of putting together your own publication. There's a couple of discussion sessions on the legal side of things, business admin side of things, and there's also a session I'm really excited to see how it works out. I think it'll be really interesting. It's called Human Reference Books. and we've got 6 or 7 different people. There are editors from different types of publishers. There's a couple of designers, PR people, events producers, and a printer who works with Small Press a lot, who all will be available in a separate room from the main conference for people to sign up to have a one-on-one 15-minute chat with them about what specifically they want to get info about.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so that'll be really great. I'm pretty interested in that one, yeah.
So authors who do self-publish, what do they have sort of a common trait that you notice if they're going to be successful? Is there something about them that sort of strikes you as you know that this person would benefit from being self-published rather than go through like a publishing house?
Yeah, right. I think most of the time it's either that they're a hobbyist, they really love writing, but it's not their career, and they really believe in their story, and they don't want to go through the hard slog of submitting to publishers for years on end and being rejected until the right one picks it. And they also just really believe in their work, and are also very curious. It's like, well, let's release this into the world and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking through that day that you were just talking about, the 12th, and the one thing that caught my eye, which I think is hilarious, is the worst cover ever designed.
Yeah.
So I love that because
that one.
Yeah, because I think I don't know how many writers, I guess when we're writing it, we're also imagining the design cover, which a lot of the time is not even something you're involved in, really.
Yeah.
But for someone to have come up the worst cover ever designed, I really want to see that, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And then
looking forward to the monstrosity.
Yes. And you know, things to be learnt, obviously, from that's from a book designer, Mark Campbell.
Yes.
He's going to obviously point out what and why.
What makes it bad.
Yeah.
And why this looks awful and hurts your eyes. Yeah.
Yes, and what would repel people from actually looking at it. And then after that is promotion basics, which really for an author and publishing houses nowadays is just essential, because the market is flooded with all kinds of titles.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you have to find a way to find your niche and find your way for your voice to be heard and your book to be seen, and that's a great way to go and hear all about that. So that's another good one.
Yeah, definitely.
So, and are you an author yourself? We haven't talked about yourself.
How did you get in the industry? Tell us about you.
Sure. I do write. I haven't had anything actually published for ages, because I've been working on arts festivals and things for the last 15 years or so. Yes. I started working with a youth media organisation. I was, volunteering as an editor on the website for VibeWire, which is like Vibe with a B and then Wire.
Okay.
And I think they're still at vibewire.net. Yep. And then I was on the board for a couple of years as well. And after that, I worked at This Is Not Art and the National Young Writers Festival in Newcastle in New South Wales, even though I was based in Brisbane at the time. And I worked at Straight Out of Brisbane Festival, it was a like Culture and Ideas Festival in Brisbane, and I was vaguely involved in the Brisbane International Film Festival, the Brisbane Arts Festival, worked at an arts centre up there called The Edge, and then moved down to Melbourne and worked for the Emerging Writers Festival, bits and pieces for the Melbourne Writers Festival, the Free Play Video Game Festival, and Writers Victoria, and all the fantastic organisations that are residents at the Wheeler Centre in the city. Yep. I've worked on and off for them for the last 5 years or so.
Fabulous. So you obviously love being part of the creative side, but
great.
Also publishing.
And
publishing, sorry. Yes.
Yes, definitely. And I also run the Melbourne Literary Salon with the help of a couple of friends. And that's on next Tuesday if people want to come and have a drink.
Oh, okay, beautiful.
In the city at Beer Deluxe at Fed Square.
So what is that salon exactly? What do you...
Really casual. Literally just bookish people coming in to have a drink and talk about what they've been reading, what they've been writing, even what we've been watching on TV that's been great, that sort of thing.
And what have you been reading lately?
Oh, I'm
Put you on the
reading,
spot.
like way too much, because I have so much to do. The conference is only a couple of weeks away.
Oh, okay.
I can't actually think of a book I was reading recently. My goodness.
Yeah, it'll be one of those things that.
But I'm in the small press office at the moment, and there's just a huge stack of books that we've got from fantastic. Some of our fantastic members like Spinifex Press and that sort of thing. Yeah.
The to be read pile next to everyone's bed is massive.
Yeah.
It's bigger than the bed sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? I just picked up Arnold Zabel's, not new book, but the one before. And now I can't remember the name of it. Something about fig trees, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll both sort of go at about 4 p.m. Oh, that's the name.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, wonderful. So we'll point out again the conference coming up. That's from the 9th to the 12th of November. Where is the conference? Sorry,
it's at the Wheeler Centre.
Oh, the Wheeler Centre, of course.
176 Little Lonsdale Street.
Yep, beautiful. And that's where your offices are as well, I believe, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and that's all about small print networks. So, as you said, from text to just people, publishers that are doing books once a year. Mm-hmm. So, you can go to this. There's different, if you look up on the website, there's actually, it's over 4 days. So there's a student day, industry research day, trade day, fundamentals of publishing day, and so you can pick your particular interest in if you just want to go to one or the whole 4 days. If you want to binge.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And, there are also evening events, so there's parties on every night.
Oh, beautiful. Wow. Yeah. Creatives love a party.
There's a lot of drinking in you've got organised the drinking salon, and now this party's here.
Yeah. Well, we try to have, healthy things as well, like juice and fresh fruit and things.
Oh, well, there you go.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yes, lovely.
Actually, I should mention also one of the parties is because it's actually SPN's 10th birthday this year. So it's our birthday party on the Friday night.
Well, congratulations. It's great that there is a network out there and a support group for smaller publishers. It's great.
Yeah.
And these conferences obviously are set up for authors and everyone interested in the publishing field to go and learn some skills and meet some other like-minded people. So thanks so much for coming and talking to us, Sarah. We appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule.
No problem. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Sarah.
Bye.
Bye.